What the fuck is going on?
Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels was never meant to work. Too messy, too broke, too green. Yet somehow it exploded behind the curtain, endings rewritten on crumpled cigarette packets. A desperate director begging his godparents to keep the lights on. Test audiences so furious, they demanded the finale be torn apart and rebuilt from scratch. Here are 20 weird facts about Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels you didn't know, and they're stranger than the fiction on screen. You've heard the madness, but the strangest secret is still to come. A bonus fact waiting at the end. Keep watching, because this one will blow you away. If this kind of chaos hooked you, hit subscribe, because we've got more untold movie disasters waiting in the shadows. Fact number 1. Budget surgery from £20 million to £800,000. Guy Ritchie originally pitched Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels at £20 million, a slick, expensive crime thriller. But when investors pulled out faster than a rigged card game, reality hit hard. The budget got slashed to just £800,000. That's less than most Hollywood movies spend on catering. Ritchie had to call in every favor, beg every contact, and even ask his godparents for money. What started as a polished studio production became a scrappy punk rock experiment. Sometimes desperation breeds genius. The shoestring budget forced creative solutions that gave the film its raw, authentic energy, something £20 million couldn't have bought.
It's a ton. Jesus Christ, you could choke a dozen donkeys on that, and you're haggling over £100? What do you do when you're not buying stereos, Nick? Finance revolutions?
£100 is still £100.
Fact number 2. Tom Cruise's cameo influence. The film was dead in America. No distributor wanted to touch this weird British crime caper with unknown actors and incomprehensible Cockney slang. Then, Tom Cruise showed up at a London screening. After watching it, he declared, "This is the best movie I've seen in years." Within hours, Hollywood executives were scrambling over each other to acquire distribution rights. Cruise's golden endorsement transformed Lock, Stock from a quirky British curiosity into an international phenomenon. One A-lister's opinion literally saved the film's global career. It proves that sometimes all you need is the right person in the right screening room at exactly the right moment.
Jesus, Tom. Do these work?
Dunno. They look nice, don't they? I rather like them.
Oh, that's top of the list of priorities, that is. Ladies.
Fact number 3. Typos on the road to glory. Trudy Styler discovered Guy Ritchie's screenplay and fell in love with its gritty energy and razor-sharp dialogue. There was just one problem. The script was an absolute disaster, riddled with typos, poor formatting, and rambling scenes that went nowhere. Any sane producer would have tossed it straight into the trash. But Styler saw something special beneath the chaos. She believed in the raw concept so much that she helped get it financed anyway, typos and all. The messy, unprofessional script became the foundation for one of British cinema's most quotable films. Sometimes the best diamonds are found in the roughest coal. Professional polish can't always capture authentic voice.
We're gonna do a proper decoration, Joe. I want the grey skies of London illuminated. I want that house painted red.
Fact number 4. Hatchet. Harry almost played by Ray Winstone. Ray Winstone was originally cast as the terrifying debt collector, Hatchet Harry. He would have brought his trademark menace to the role perfectly, but the film's financial chaos created massive delays, and Winstone's schedule filled up with other projects. He was forced to drop out, leaving Ritchie scrambling for a replacement. Enter P.H. Moriarty, who brought a different but equally chilling presence to Harry. The casting change worked brilliantly. Moriarty's quieter, more unsettling approach made Harry even more frightening. Sometimes the best performances come from unexpected choices. What seemed like a disaster became a stroke of casting genius that defined one of the film's most memorable characters.
And JD is his dad and owns the old property.
No mortgage, no debts, lock, stock, a fucking lot. Don't you worry, Harry. I've got it under control.
Good. You can get this under control now. It seems that Lord Apton Smythe has run out of money.
Fact number 5. Godfathered financing. When traditional investors abandoned ship, Guy Ritchie faced a brutal choice: give up on his dream or find money anywhere possible. He chose the latter, turning to the most unlikely source, his own godparents. They believed in him enough to risk their savings on a first-time director's chaotic crime caper. Their faith transformed the production from a slick commercial project into a deeply personal, scrappy adventure. The Godparent funding gave Ritchie complete creative freedom, no studio interference, no committee decisions, just pure artistic vision. Their investment paid off spectacularly, but more importantly, it proved that sometimes family backing beats corporate money. The film's punk rock energy came directly from that intimate, desperate financing situation.
They're a bit long, aren't they?
It's all off the wrap. People want a bit more range these days.
Range. Don't want to blow the arse out of this country, granted, but I don't want anyone blowing a raspberry at me either. I want to look fucking mean.
Of course you'll look mean. You'll look really scary.
Fact number 6. Test screen panic rewrite. The original ending was completely different. The 4 friends walked away with their money, while Big Chris slowly closed in for revenge. Test audiences absolutely hated it. They wanted justice, resolution, something more satisfying. Ritchie panicked. With no time for proper rewrites, he literally scribbled a new finale on a cigarette packet during a break. Months later, he reassembled the entire cast for emergency reshoots. Jason Fleming had grown his hair long by then, so he wore a makeshift stocking cap to match continuity. The hasty rewrite created one of cinema's most perfectly ironic endings. Those valuable antique shotguns worth more than the stolen money. Sometimes the best ideas come from pure desperation and a cigarette packet.
Weed.
No, it's not normal weed. It's some fucked up skunk class A. I can't think, let alone move shit.
Doesn't sound very good to me.
I need to me. It depends what flicks your switch. And the light is on and burning brightly for the masses. Anyway, do you know anyone?
Fact number 7. Forgot the guns? Unscripted chaos. Have you forgotten those guns, you dozy prat? That iconic line wasn't in the script. Someone literally forgot to bring the prop guns to set that day. Jason Statham's exasperated delivery was his genuine reaction to the production chaos surrounding him. The crew scrambled to find replacement weapons while cameras rolled. Ritchie loved Statham's natural frustration so much he kept it in the final cut. It perfectly captured the film's scrappy, improvised energy. The forgotten guns became one of the movie's most quoted lines, proving that sometimes the best dialogue comes from real-life disasters. Production mistakes often create the most authentic moments. Chaos breeds creativity when you're brave enough to embrace it.
Why me? You're supposed to be the hard case. You go and get the guns, I drive the car! I'll get the fucking guns! I'm not going to get the fucking guns! You get the fucking guns! Hey, you fucking bitches!
Fact number 8. Statham's hustle background. Before becoming Hollywood's toughest action star, Jason Statham was working London street corners, selling fake perfume and knockoff jewelry to tourists. Guy Ritchie didn't cast him despite this background. He cast him because of it. Ritchie needed authentic con artist energy, and Statham's real hustler experience gave his performance genuine street credibility. Every smooth line delivery, every confident scam came from actual experience working the angles. Statham brought method acting to a whole new level. He wasn't playing a character, he was channeling his own past. His natural charisma and genuine understanding of the con man mindset made Bacon instantly believable. Sometimes the perfect actor isn't trained in drama school, but in real-life survival.
Soap on yourself, it's 100 grand to the pound. So why the fuck are you counting it? Because I like to.
So, a reasonable return should be in the region of 120 grand. That's for 25 grand invested, going on previous experience.
Fact number 9. Madonna's soundtrack romance. Madonna fell so hard for the film's soundtrack that she got her label, Maverick Records, to handle the US release. But here's the twist. While she was dating Guy Ritchie at the time, she was actually romantically interested in producer Matthew Vaughn. The soundtrack deal became an elaborate way to stay connected to the production and the people she was attracted to. Her label connection gave the film's music massive international exposure it never could have achieved otherwise. The personal drama behind the scenes created professional opportunities that boosted the movie's cultural impact. Sometimes, mixing business with pleasure actually works out perfectly.
What about security?
There's one still gate as you go in, but they never lock it.
What do you mean never lock it? Well, they got it there for it.
I must have been there 50 times, it's never locked. They're not suspicious. Everyone who goes there's a toff. They're all into that karma crap.
Fact number 10. 1/3 amateur hour. Of the film's 44 speaking roles, at least 17 were played by complete amateurs with 0 prior acting credits. Ritchie cast crew members, friends from the pub, random East Enders he met on the street, anyone with the right look and authentic London energy. This DIY casting approach gave the film its raw, documentary-like authenticity that professional actors couldn't have provided. Every face looked genuinely lived in. Every accent was naturally rough around the edges. The amateur performances created an ensemble that felt like real criminals rather than actors playing dress-up. Professional training sometimes creates artificial polish that distance audiences from authentic characters.
Lenny, take that round to Snow White and the Three Little Chemists. They should have a gander of that. I want a second opinion.
Fact number 11. Visible cameraman cameo. During the final bar scene, eagle-eyed viewers can spot something hilarious. The film's cameraman casually walking past in the window reflection behind Big Chris. It's a classic low-budget movie mistake that somehow made it through editing and into the final cut. The crew was so small and the schedule so tight that proper coverage was impossible. Instead of reshooting or digitally removing the error, Ritchie left it in as an accidental piece of behind-the-scenes reality. The visible cameraman became part of the film's charm rather than a flaw. Sometimes embracing your mistakes makes them into features rather than bugs.
I don't think it's the right move.
It's either that, the old boy's place, and we lose a digit daily. I'm gonna phone him.
As if he'll care.
He'll care, all right. That was supposed to be his money. Whether he cares about us or not is different. Pass me the phone.
Fact number 12. Plastic weed revelation. All those marijuana plants you see throughout the film, completely fake. Anyone paying close attention can tell they're obviously plastic. No serrated edges, unnatural coloring, zero botanical accuracy. The production couldn't afford real plants, and using actual marijuana would have created legal nightmares with customs and international distribution. The plastic plants became an inside joke among the crew, but somehow no one bothered to make them more convincing. Viewers have been pointing out the artificial foliage for decades, turning it into a beloved continuity error. Sometimes authenticity comes from being obviously fake rather than trying too hard to be real.
Hello, boy. Feeling a bit poorly? I know your friends are responsible for most of the cash, so I'm going to give you 1 week to find it. Otherwise, I will take a finger of each of you and your friend's hand.
Fact number 13. Final cut cameo. Claudia Schiffer. Supermodel. Claudia Schiffer was originally cast as Eddie's girlfriend and filmed several scenes, but test audiences found her presence distracting, too glamorous for the gritty world Ritchie was creating. Every scene with Schiffer was completely removed from the final edit, leaving her performance on the cutting room floor. However, she got the ultimate consolation prize, meeting producer Matthew Vaughn on set. They fell in love during production and later married, creating a real-life romance from her deleted scenes. Her invisible performance launched a lasting relationship more valuable than any movie credit. Sometimes getting cut from a film leads to the best possible outcome. Career setbacks can become personal victories.
This doesn't look good.
He then proceeded to explain the unfortunate position they were in. Harry was going to start sizing up all their fingers in a week because he knew there was no way Ed could settle that debt on his own.
Fact number 14. Rigged camera logic fail. The hidden camera angle during the crucial card game makes absolutely no sense from a technical standpoint. The surveillance footage shows angles and perspectives that would be physically impossible for any real hidden camera to capture. It's a glaring continuity error that any film student would spot immediately. But Ritchie kept the impossible camera work because it served the story better than realistic surveillance footage. The illogical angles created dramatic tension and visual interest that trumped technical accuracy. Audiences were too caught up in the heist mechanics to worry about camera placement physics. Sometimes good storytelling requires ignoring real-world logic.
20 grand, open.
I fold. Don't go spending that all at once, boy.
Fact number 15. Dedicated to a real tough guy. The film carries a touching dedication to Lenny McLean, who played Barry the Baptist, the governor of London's underground bare-knuckle boxing scene. McLean died of lung cancer exactly 1 month before the film's premiere, never seeing his final performance reach audiences. He was a genuine hard man who brought authentic menace to the role because he'd lived that world for real. Ritchie painted tribute billboards featuring McLean across London, an extraordinary public salute to a feared street legend turned actor. McLean's death just before success made his screen presence even more poignant. Sometimes real-life tragedy gives fictional performances unexpected depth and meaning.
We had to sell and we needed the money.
I'm not fucking interested. If you don't want to be counting the fingers you haven't got, I suggest you get those guns. Quick!
Fact number 16. Cult quoting revolution. One Reddit fan perfectly captured the film's linguistic impact. Basically, every single line in Lock, Stock is pure gold. The dialogue became so quotable, it spawned its own meme culture, with fans creating sample runs and DJ mixes from the most memorable exchanges. Every character delivers perfectly crafted one-liners that stick in your memory forever. The Cockney slang and rapid-fire banter created a new vocabulary for crime films. The script's quotability factor transformed it from a small British film into a cultural phenomenon. When audiences memorize your dialogue word for word, you've achieved something beyond mere entertainment. You've created a new language.
I mean, find them, torture them, and kill them. And bring back what belongs to me, because if you don't, your family's bang in trouble.
Who was that?
Fact number 17. TV spin-off chaos. The film's success inevitably led to a television series in 2000, but Lock, Stock, the TV show, had a chaotic identity crisis. Only one original character name, Bacon, carried over to the small screen, with completely new stories and cast members. Guy Ritchie co-wrote the pilot episode, but couldn't capture the lightning-in-a-bottle magic of the original. The show struggled to balance the film's anarchic energy with television's more structured format. It lasted 2 seasons before disappearing into cult obscurity. The TV adaptation proved that some creative lightning can't be reproduced or stretched across multiple episodes. Sometimes success should be left alone rather than exploited.
Alright, just you. Others, they can wait next door in Samoa Joe's.
Samoa Joe's? You mean the pub? Hold on.
Hold on to your fucking tongue, and I will hold on to my patience, okay, Sonny?
Fact number 18. Statham's swagger prophecy. In 2024, fans rewatching the film were shocked to discover how much natural charisma and screen presence Jason Statham already possessed in his very first acting role. His confident delivery, physical presence, and natural timing predicted his future as Hollywood's go-to action hero. The gritty, unrefined production quality now feels like a time capsule of raw talent before studio polish took over. Statham's performance holds up better than many established actors from the same era. His transition from street hustler to movie star seems inevitable when you watch his debut with modern eyes. Sometimes destiny reveals itself in retrospect.
That's my 25 grand. It's all there. It took me a long time to earn that, so you treat it with respect. What about the chef?
Fact number 19. P.H. Moriarty's recent farewell. The tough guy actor who replaced Ray Winstone as Hatchet Harry, P.H. Moriarty, passed away in February 2025, adding a bittersweet echo to the film's lasting legacy. His quiet, menacing portrayal of Harry made him one of cinema's most memorable debt collectors. Moriarty brought decades of character actor experience to the role, creating a villain who was simultaneously terrifying and oddly sympathetic. His death reminded fans how the film's cast represented a specific moment in British cinema history. Moriarty's legacy lives on in every "Where's the Money, Lebowski" reference and tough guy imitation his performance inspired.
Not a bad day. That pile takes care of Harry. What's left over?
Give me half a chance to count it.
What about this gear then, eh?
Fact number 20. Flip-flop fortune twist. Those 2 antique shotguns that Tom nearly throws off the bridge at the end? They're worth far more than all the money in the bag everyone spent the entire film chasing. That perfectly ironic revelation was punched into the script during the emergency cigarette packet rewrite session. The twist transforms the whole story from a simple heist gone wrong into a meditation on how we often overlook real value while pursuing fool's gold. It's a brilliant narrative joke that rewards careful viewers and adds depth to what could have been a simple crime caper. Sometimes the best treasures are the ones we almost throw away.
Look at will you shut up? It's fucking ringing!
Bonus fact. Madonna's label, Love Triangle. Here's the wildest behind-the-scenes romance. While Madonna was publicly dating Guy Ritchie and using her Maverick Records label to promote the film's soundtrack in America, she was actually romantically interested in producer Matthew Vaughn the entire time. The soundtrack deal became an elaborate excuse to stay close to the production and the man she really wanted. Meanwhile, Vaughn was falling for Claudia Schiffer, whose scenes got completely cut from the final film. It was a love triangle that nobody saw coming. The pop queen, the director, the producer, and the supermodel, all connected through a low-budget British crime caper. Hollywood relationships are complicated enough without throwing in million-dollar soundtrack deals and editing room romance. It started as a disaster, broke, chaotic, held together by cigarette packet rewrites and godparent financing. But somehow, that beautiful disaster became a British cinema classic that's still being quoted 25 years later. If you're into strange movie secrets and the weird ways Hollywood magic actually happens, hit that subscribe button, because we're just getting started digging into the chaos behind your favorite films.